is Monisha. I am with, well, I go by Mo Clark with DaPost Up. Thank you so much for joining me. Been trying to catch up with you for a minute. You are quite the busy woman. So welcome to the show. I think when we first scheduled this, the show hadn't aired, but the show's aired now, correct? And you guys are out here, you're doing your thing. So I'm super excited. So the first thing I want to ask you is I have a lot of respect for anybody that's in the arts. I went to a performing arts high school, and of course, we were always told, you got to do your academics before you can do this. But of course, your arts teacher were saying, oh no, you got to do this recital, you have to do this. So when did you actually start dancing?
I started dancing at the age of 12 in an after school program in my middle school. And from there, I went to a local studio where I had a scholarship and I would dance there all the way through high school. I did an ALE program. And then from there, I went to the University of the Arts, is where I earned my BFA. So yeah, that's how I started.
Okay, awesome. So when you started, what was your passion to actually make you start doing this? Was it something that you always kind of felt growing up as a little girl, or was it just something you saw on TV and thought, hey, that looks interesting and cool, I want to try this?
A mixture of both, honestly. I feel like I was dancing out of my mother's womb. I know a lot of people say that, but I feel like I really was because I used to put on shows for my family, whether it was in my mom's bedroom or in the backyard or in the living room. I was always putting on little performances. But I do remember watching Save the Last Dance with my mom. I had to be like 5, and it was the club scene, and I was like, I want to do that. And then I saw her audition for Juilliard. I was like, oh, you could do that. And so I feel like that was always ingrained in my mind.
So who are some of your inspirations?
Dance wise, I do have two favorite choreographers. Oh, I want to say three. Paris Goebel's one, Lyle Beniga's two, and Jay Blaze is three. Those are like my top three choreographers and inspirations when it comes to creating my choreography.
I like that. So let me see here. Of course, we always have those things where we kind of play around with the things we want to do and then we start taking it seriously. So, what moment did you say, okay, this is for sure what I want to do, what my gift is that I have got to share with the world?
That's a hard question because I feel like I've never had a plan B,
Mm.
that I've always been super passionate about dance. And I had no idea what the hows were going to be, but I knew that this was going to be part of my life for forever. So I remember doing a talent show in 5th grade to Sierra's 1-2 step. And I was like, oh yeah, this is it. I have a gift. Like I can choreograph, like I'm doing this, but I didn't start taking it seriously until I was in high school. And that's when I decided I would go to school for dance and pursue a career.
Mm. Now you brought that up, the 1-2 step, and you doing the video. How did you feel when TikTok came, the newbies came on TikTok and they kind of changed it up and they weren't doing maybe the routines that she was doing? And it's like, wait a minute now, hold on, because that dance don't go like that. Did you see any of those clips?
I did not see any of those clips actually. As much as I appreciate the new school and like the evolution of dance and social media, I'm such an old head when it comes to like dance history and knowing where your stuff comes from. So I'm not really up on what the kids be doing. So, but I'm gonna have to check it out.
They're doing it with everything. It's gonna trip you out because you're gonna be like, now hold on, now I don't remember that 8 count. That is not, and they're doing the same moves everywhere you turn. So speaking of moves, you are with the Nets. That is super amazing. What is that like?
Yeah, I'm the assistant coach of the Brooklyn Nets dance team, and I have been on the team as a dancer for 7 years. This is my 8th season with the organization and my first as assistant coach. And honestly, it's life changing. If I could put one word to the experience, it's been life changing. It's been
Mm.
such a springboard. Not only have I had opportunities to grow within that space, but it's given me so many opportunities outside of it as well.
Mm. And you, speaking of opportunities, have, well, let me check your list because it was like a lot. So you've been working with heavy hitters like Lil Kim, DJ Khaled, Megan Trainor. Who would you say, if you could, has been your favorite to work with and choreograph for so far?
I've said this over and over again. I love working with Lil Kim just because she comes into rehearsal like ready to get the step. She wants to be part of every single decision and camera angle and all that. And she's respectful too. You know, she comes in and lets
Mm,
me or our other coach who I've co-choreographed for her with, Asha, like she lets us do our thing and she respects it, which I love.
mm-hmm. I love Lil Kim. Huge Lil Kim fan. You know, even though I think my CDs to Lil Kim and Trina got thrown out the window. So
Come on.
I wasn't supposed to hear that and rap about that. But those women were very probably ahead of their time with the things that they said. So you are heavy into this female unity thing. Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm definitely big on female unity, women empowerment, because as women in the entertainment industry, we are like susceptible to the male gaze. Everything is seen through the male lens, and it makes women feel like we have to compete against each other. We have to, we're put up against each other, and I feel like that's so detrimental, right? We
Mm-hmm.
would get so much further if we just wanted to lift each other up.
I agree. I agree. So I might need you to help me get lifted up because they tell me you be in the kitchen. So and the kitchen is like, I just go past it to go outside. That's what I do. That's what I like to do. I like to go past it. Now I got the cute pots and pans though, but that's about it. That's about it.
Aesthetic, aesthetic.
That's it. That's all it's about. So you have a passion for cooking as well. So what are some of your favorite dishes to prepare?
Honestly, I'm half Jamaican, so I love making oxtail. My
Ooh.
oxtail slaps. Yes, slaps. But I'm also Laotian. And so I make a really good fried rice too. So I kind of have like a fusion cuisine, under
Ooh,
my belt.
that sounds good. But where do you find the time? Where do you find the time? Because I just saw you, in Times Square in front of your billboard and stuff. Like, how do you find this time?
Girl, I have to schedule time. It's so important as women, especially, right? If we're on this
Right.
kick about women empowerment and we're in March, Women's Month,
Yeah.
to schedule you time. It's so important. I know we want to hustle hard and we're in this hustle culture and go, go, go mode, but I always find the time to just take a breather and cook
Mhm.
myself a meal.
Absolutely. I think I would just probably just like wine. I'm a wine connoisseur. I love wine. My new favorite is chocolate wine. Oh my God. It's
I've
like
never heard of chocolate wine.
Tootsie Roll in a bottle. Tootsie Roll in a bottle. So you're on this new show on Netflix and you're getting to, showcase your talent with the world in front of a larger audience. What are some things we can expect to see on the show?
Breaking performances. You're gonna have prop week. There's gonna be a dance battle, and I don't want to give too much away, but there's some really exciting elements on the show, and there's really no show like it that's been in
Mhm.
or that is out right now.
So, what do you think something is something that maybe learned about you in this show that they don't already know?
That the audience might have learned about me.
Hmm.
I'm a little bit of a stickler. Like, I'm very well trained in front of the camera. I know how to speak. I'm a sweetheart. I can turn on that bubblegum quality, but when it's time to work, oh, another side of me comes out. So the audience might see that, the viewer might see that in the progression of the show for sure.
So, with all of the things that you've accomplished at such a young age, I am really big on talking to people and letting them tell their story because I feel like a lot of times our youth and even me, we jump on social media and we don't get a chance to really see someone's growth because they just put the end game. You know what I mean? Like you don't see the struggle, you don't see the hard work that they put into this. So what advice would you give somebody that's potentially, passionate about what you do or maybe some things that you've tried to tackle when you moved on? What advice would you give?
Honestly, keep your blinders on. My struggle, I would say, was when I was in school and working in New York at the same time. My school's in Philadelphia, and I was working as a Brooklynite in Brooklyn, and that's about a 4-hour commute on transit each way. And so
Mhm.
being a full-time dancer, just all around as a student and working, that, I'm traveling 8 hours a day, 5 times a week, and doing schoolwork. And so what really got me through that struggle was believing in myself, one, and knowing that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Um, Knowing that you're worthy of what it is that you want to achieve, and keeping your
Mhm.
blinders on. It takes an immense amount of dedication and hard work, and just not being distracted.
All right, bonus round. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Tell me your top 3 dance movies. Go.
Okay, Save the Last Dance. You Got Served. Ugh, the last one is so hard. Oh, Stomp the Art.
Yes. You know what I would have thrown in there too? I know it's horrible. I know it's horrible. I probably would have said Dirty Dancing. I would have definitely, because let's just say that last thing was phenomenal. We
It's the
gotta
last
gotta
one.
gotta give it to him. And I think I would have also said Grease. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know. Like my feelings are hurt by them recreating Grease, you know. It's good, but you just the classic.
The original. The
You
original is always the best.
listen, if I could just get me some black leggings like that, I'd be shaking. I listen.
It's
I
not too
cannot.
late, girl. Go
I
ahead.
want to. I want to be a pink lady so bad. So, what's next for you?
Honestly, basking in this moment, receiving all of the love and support that I've been receiving, and just continuing to create visuals and choreograph and getting my work out there.
And we look forward to seeing it. You are so beautiful. Your spirit is beautiful. I love when blessed people bless others. And I feel like you're definitely inspirational to our black and brown girls in the community. And, keep motivating because they need that. They're so lost. They're so lost, not to take away from, our hip hop artists, but I just especially like when women like you are out here and they're showing the different side of the industry and they're not rapping about certain things. They're giving you guys are giving so much more that my daughters can look up to, and I like
Oh,
that.
thank you, Mom. That really means a lot. Honestly, thank you so much. That's been the biggest takeaway from this experience, is the fact that I'm able to inspire others and show that there is a broad spectrum of
Yes,
what brown women represent.
absolutely. My daughter danced to burlesque probably at the age of between 3 and 5. And I just knew watching her, she couldn't count, obviously, right? But it was something in her for her movement, for her to pick that up. And I think she's gotten lost along the way, transitioning from middle school to high school and all of these things. So I definitely can't wait to share this interview with her. I definitely want to watch the show with her, so hopefully she can get that inspiration back, because I want my baby to be on the court like you,
Okay,
baby.
period.
I want her to be popping, honey. Because y'all girls with that gas, and she got it, and she got it, and you got it. So thank you so much for taking the time out to interview with me. Just tell everybody where they can find you at.
Hi, everyone. You can find me. My name is Celine Boom. You can find me on Instagram at _ oh, it's boom, and at CelineBoom.com. Thank you, Mo, so much for having me and taking the time out to speak to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. You've been a pleasure. And thank you so much, so, so much. I can't wait to see you on the big screen.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.